G'day, g'day, g'day. MathematicalKM here, and with their initials, not a title, Keith Malumbi. Well, today in round 7 of the Woden Cup at the Tuggeranong Chess Club, FIDE-rated event, you've got myself weighing in at 1460, nearly, and Abhinav weighing in at 1662, slightly above. So about 205 points uphill. And to quote Monty Python, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition or the Marcel Desprez opening. 1h4. Used as a surprise opponents by knocking them out of prepared theory. I believe Abhinav may even be one of the subscribers who's watched a few of the old Waterhorse games, and perhaps he thought 1h4 might be provide me with a little bit of content. So let's see how we fare. So, well, I wonder how that French electrical engineer who owns this opening feels about being called a mistake. There you go. Okay, so what to do? Thinking about move 1 when you're playing the Hippo is not normally the case. Consider the miss. They want us to just grab the middle, but we're playing the Waterhorse. Okay, so I think I can... Only about less than half a point down, and that's normal. So, okay. So there's our usual first 3 moves. Okay. Continuing with Harry would have been his best bet. So I'm staking my claim on the middle as far as the Hippo usually goes there. Okay. So the bishop's threatening the queen. And knight e7 is second best, and it's our usual response. Considered good. Okay, he's come in with h5. Best move for me has to be h6. It is the top one there. The bishop, and I made sure of this, the bishop's got the rook covered. So if he takes the pawn, going for a couple of pawns for the piece and really opening me up, I can take the bishop, and then if the rook grabs my rook, my bishop grabs his rook. And it'll be a wild kingside then. But, for what it's worth, great move. He takes off the knight. And far and away the only move really for black is take back with the queen. He takes. Interesting that f5 is a move there. But f takes g is the top. Okay, now the king side is bit open, semi-open files for the rook and missing pawns in the structure. And it's usually a bit deeper in, but Solomon talks about not losing the f-pawn because the king can't protect these 2 pawns in the same way the queen can usually protect these 2. So it should be Operation Castle Queenside as quickly as possible. So get the b-pawn out. He's got the whole 3-pawn queenside big centre, which he'd normally attack with an f-pawn. But with fianchetto, it's best. It's actually an edge to black at this point. He develops a bishop, develop the knight to the usual square. It's minus 0.3. And this is the move where woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't. Gotta hate when that's one of your sayings. But, yeah, right here, right now, connect the rooks, protect the king, get the king into the relative safety. get the king out of that firefight. Oh, white had one more move, but now -1 for castling queenside. Any sort of castling kingside that's very brave, is 0.08 to white, and pretty much anything else is 0.7 or more to white. And I kind of knew, and I just got a little carried away with counting 3 attackers, 2 defenders. I can do this. Guilty of what a lot of the people have lost to the Hippo have been guilty of. Not looking at white has got a hanging pawn that comes with check. All the more reason to castle queenside and to do it now. So if we're looking for the moment where it slips through the hand, this game, it's not castling now. Considered a blunder. So it's more than a 2-point turnaround. And so, yeah, as we said, comes with check. We run. The pawn comes forward. It's a great move. I thought I'd line the rook up on the queen. Maybe get the knight out. But it's all just a little bit out in the open with my king. King safety is a huge difference between the two sides here. And that was a mistake. Bishop to f6 was better. That's a brilliancy, and so it proves me wrong. I thought brilliancy always came with a sacrifice. But no, that is just good, because it's nothing that the bishop is doing. I guess it's counting as sacrificing the bishop, even though I don't think I actually get to cash in on that. It's allowing that knight for a rook, king, queen, triple fork. So it's not like I can just take that bishop. No, no, no. Let's get the queen out of the way. The knight comes in. Got to move the king. And really, just assuming that the knight was going to take the rook, it was actually better to go king to e8. But yeah, so I've gone the wrong way. Comes in with the bishop, grabbing a pawn and another check. That's forced. He does go up the exchange. This is interesting. I never did manage to get counterplay over there on the queen side. Maybe there's a chance I would have if I took that pawn now with the queen, which causes a threat on the knight. Who knows? It's still +4 to white. But now I've grabbed the knight. Here comes the queen. Let's try and run with the king. Oh, that's no good. I saw that as an obvious mate. Didn't really think about down here, but bring the queen back. He's bringing in a knight. The knight's stopping his queen coming down there at the moment, which momentary lapse of reason, but I knew this one was slipping. And there we go. So well played. Abhinav definitely surprised me playing the Marcel Desprez opening. And yeah, I think we did get a good bit of content. And of all the lessons learnt in that, from that kind of crazy attack, number one is perhaps the Hippo was not the way to go against that crazy French opening. But there's just a far more obvious watch what your opponent's bishops can do. But also, the king side is not the place for the king to be, and I had the chance to connect the rooks. And probably was always going to be going down that pawn anyway, but that's really nothing on that open king side fight. Should have connected the rooks, got the king into far more safety. And the fight, not saying that that means I would have won, but the fight would certainly have gone on. But there you go. The Hippo went down to the French electrical engineer. Not a sentence I thought I'd be saying. Oh, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all after the Thursday game. So, bye.